I've travelled all over England, I've travelled all over the world and trained in many different places, but nothing whets my appetite, gets my parkour dick hard like Derby.
Right, this is Korean Memorial, probably the most famous spot in Derby. You've got about hip height walls. There's quite a lot of famous jumps. When I say famous, famous in Derby. So this is the walls that are pretty much like your progression walls. So this wall down to this one, sizable proof of progression. And then you've got the lower wall down to this one, which is a bit bigger. So this one here, it's about 14 foot. The run here, which is Paris.
Yeah, you catch Paris doing that.
Seems to be better in the winter because you've got no plants.
Yeah, that's true, mate.
It's kind of the meeting spot, everybody meets here.
Yeah, that's true. Here at 12 you catch us.
You catch us
We
here.
won't catch Noah though.
Any Saturday you'll catch all the freerunners here,
Yeah.
apart from Noah. Now we're going to the court.
Oh, here's a little spot.
This is a little something. After the council house was renovated, we
Yeah.
lost the spot, we gained the spot.
Yeah, this is where we all trip.
This is the battling area. This is the court. You actually never see people here on a Saturday because it's shut, so you can train here on a Saturday. You can't actually do it on a weekday, really. It's got some good levels.
Yeah.
Good levels for flips as opposed to jumps, really. But
this side's your flips.
Yeah, your left side your flips. But usually for a spot, you actually have different sides for different things.
Yeah.
You may have seen this spot in videos such as Live Wire 2012.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, that's what he does.
Windmills down the steps.
Yeah.
And then more over here.
Quite nice. Yeah, that's what people do. They go like that.
You actually got a running pre that was discovered by Harry Dibsdale.
Ah, the famous trosser Harry Dibsdale did it.
Okay, this is green rails. A lot of parkour history here. I've seen a bit of a resurgence recently with all this techie rail hopping stuff. Been in quite a lot of videos, to be fair. Like Anand Anwar's been here. Now, like Korean, this spot is better in winter when it's had all the shrubbery removed. Now they've replanted here, but as we can see here, we've got a nice concrete. One here, nice concrete.
Toilet.
A toilet, a pit of sadness. Lean into your computer screen now and go, you can actually smell the piss. Now where else should we go, I hear you ask? Where else is there to train in Derby? That's actually where Damien's gym is. This is Waterfall. This is a spot where everybody learns to wall run. It used to be a pretty boring standard spot until about a year ago. Someone added a wall. There's a concrete over there, or a double con. Depends what takes your fancy. 3 down from the wall. You'll notice this spot from Live Wire 09.
What about these walls over there?
Ah yes, funny you should mention it. This is the wall where quite a lot of people learn to concrete, and then people levelled it up over a few years, people siding it, people fronting it. A concrete there if you want to do concrete there, but then you've also got concrete to this. Or you've got double con to that, or you've got dive con to that.
And you can go back up if you want.
Or you can con clear, you can go back up, you can con front and hit your arse.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless. This is Cathedral. I wonder why it's called Cathedral. You've got like just freeze, strides, things like that. If we venture slightly down this way. Here we go. Cat.
Running cat, running whatever.
Running free, Kong down, pre down, whatever you want to do. This is prominently in Jake's birthday jam.
That's 6.
Another spot.
Just over the way.
Just across the road.
Probably Parish's second favourite spot now.
As we like to see, the floor's obviously littered with glass. Ah, a little bit of blood there, that's nice. Actually, quite a lot of blood.
Yeah.
It actually appears we've stumbled upon the scene of a violent crime.
Yeah, we should probably report that.
To the southerners among you, this may be surprising. However, we are northern, so this is a daily occurrence.
I met Matt on Callum Stoodley's bed and he told me a joke about a snake, a snake going into a garage or a limo going into a garage. I didn't even like Matt at first, I thought it was a freak. Right, 2008, loads of people out, great. And then everyone quit. Everyone quit.
It literally was just me and you and Joe. And
No, sometimes.
yeah, no.
Met new people, and then that's sort of like when we started training hard again. But like, I don't know, it was just so different because we lived with different people. We met Sam. Well, I met Sam in like March time, but I didn't really talk to him.
We didn't train Sam
yeah, we
until,
did, yeah, because
end of summer.
yeah, and then we met Parish. Parish came down in May. When you watch Parish's videos at the time, I don't know, it was just weird to see someone like that in Nottingham, like, though training that hard. You know, we'd be seeing each other at least 3 times a week, sometimes more.
And that's when we started training more like together and
Yeah,
as SM almost.
Yeah.
I've been training Duffield and I was wearing a UF t-shirt going to Dragon's Gym, past a young smallish boy and then a slightly taller boy, and one went, oh yeah, it was going across Korean and it was like, oh yeah, do you train? And I thought, what an idiot, of course I train, I'm wearing an Urban Free Flow t-shirt, God. That turned out to be George Bedell. I just kind of waited at Korean because I wanted to see what people were doing. Newly crowned world free run champion Tim Sheep approached me and he goes, yo, what you doing, man? I was just like, oh, I was gonna do that cash vault there. Cash vault. He went, there's no time like the present, man. And I took that as like a massive par on me. I took that as like the biggest insult. I can't stay here, I can't train here now. Tim Sheep's insulted me. And I didn't train Korean for like 6 months after that. So I never saw Matt and George again. Never saw Matt and George again until I was at Dragon's Gym and they were just there. And I thought, oh, that's the guy.
I've always liked the Derby community. I'm not sure what it is about Derby, but they just seem to raise kind of generally polite, kind-hearted people, and I really like that. When I used to train, when I was younger, I used to train with people like that, and they kind of dropped off. And now you've got the younger generation of, you know, Joe O'Brien, George, Matt, Noah coming up, and it's really interesting to see. Whenever I meet them or train with them, they're all such nice, humble kids, and it's great to see that I've been able to step out of the bubble, but yet they're still breeding the right kind of tracers. For me, they embody the spirit of parkour, and the reason I started it, they still carry that, and I see a lot of the time, even in London and around other places, that people don't seem to do it for the same reasons I did. And for me, I kind of see that as maybe in a biased way impure to the reasons I did it, but everyone can do it for their own reasons. But the Derby guys seem to still continue to do it for the same pure reasons that I did in the beginning.
Best community for anything by far, like hands down.
Come here. I'll take Macron.
I take me great.
How do you think Phil Doyle got down from that cat?
In general, the scene I really appreciate the scene because there's a lot of people who who come down and make it a better training experience. For me, I mean, the scene's still quite fresh, whereas Nottingham, it's kind of died out, there isn't really much to offer. It's just nice to have a bit more community and somewhere to train that's a bit more friendly, I suppose.
The reason Derby's so good to train in is it's the perfect size city for it. You're never more than 2 or 3 minutes from another spot, whereas London you have to travel on the tube and get around. It kind of breaks up the session, whereas in Derby you can start a session and never really cool down and go on for hours and hours and just get on with it. The days when I was younger, I used to train in Derby, go on for like 10-hour days until it's dark, training at night, having fun. Just just with your friends travelling around. There's so many spots and you can continuously find new spots. Even the rooftops there are only 2 or 3 stories high and they're all linked, so you can start exploring in the evening and really have a good time.
You can't deny that people in free running are sculptured by their surroundings, because you have to be. If you were doing everything you could at every spot in Derby, you wouldn't just become one type of free runner.
Mackerel? No, you've got to be careful with this one, boy. Come on, go.
Oh, yeah. I'll piss off. You can do everything there. There's a little bit of, you've got your parkour side of things, and you've got your more free running kind of things to do there.
Like any sort of style you've got, Derby can cater for it. Like if you use a jumpy sort, you want your walls, you want your lines or whatever, you got Korean. And then if you want to throw some hard tricks, you can go court. Just across the road. Just across the road, literally. You could throw a rock at it from Korean, and it's not a good idea throwing rocks at courts.
Urban exploring within Derby. There's a lot of good places to do it. You've got all around Stocky. Just quite entertaining because it's just always new stuff like down there where you can search and scour the underground of Derby and Notts. Good ones in Notts though as well.
Things we lost to the flames, things we'll never see again. All that we have amassed sits before us, shattered into ash. These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire. These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire. The match and you the rock. Maybe we started this fire. We sat apart and watched all we had burn on the pyre. You said we were born with nothing, and we sure as hell have nothing now. You said we were born with nothing, and we sure as hell have nothing now. These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire. These are the things we lost, the things we lost in the fire, fire, fire.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
I think what StreetMedia are doing in Derby is really cool. It's basically keeping the content of Derby alive, because there's a lot of people that train but they don't film as much, and Joe really took up the spirit of filming, and I've watched him grow as a filmmaker and grow as a freerunner as well. That's what's always impressed me about Joe, is he's never held the camera for too long. He always puts it down and knows when to train, and I always go back and see him progressing as an athlete as well and as a filmmaker, and it's important that Derby kind of has that to help them, because I think it is such a special place for me, and I think there are such great athletes there that I want the world to keep seeing them, and I hope he continues to make content for them.
My favourite videos generally are ones from Derby, and that sounds like bad, but when I saw Tim and Ilabaka do things on Mark Eaton Park, I'd seen that from when I was like literally like 3 years old. I'd been there for so long, and see something so different done on like a park that I'd been messing about on for so many years was like, whoa.
Tim's 09 video. Is it his 09 video?
Yeah.
Tim's 09 video. I think people, for freerunners, people knew Derby then because of that, didn't they? I think.
I'm forever grateful for Derby for what it did for me. I wouldn't be the athlete I am today. I wouldn't be the person I am today, especially with the people around me in Derby. It really raised me to be grounded and humble, and I really appreciate that. And so in that respect, it's a great place. And then as an athlete, for the parkour side of things, the architecture there is second to none around England for me. I really am grateful for everything. I was able to learn their practice there and even go back there and have great sessions and do new things in areas I've trained for the last 9 years on. It's awesome.